10 countries that spend more on Ukraine aid than the United States. Total U.S. commitments to Ukraine stand at $76.84 billion. This sum covers the period from January 2022 to July 2023. It's a big number, certainly, but the U.S. is a big economy. In relative terms, $76.84 billion is just 0.33% of its GDP. 16 countries have committed more. Here are the top 10. 10. Finland, $1.54 billion. Share of GDP, 0.52%. Finland recently approved a €94 million military aid package. Its support remains steady in the second year of war. Finland and Ukraine weren't very close before the invasion. In fact, Finland shares a border with Russia, but this likely played a role in Helsinki's decision to help Ukraine. 9. Germany, $23.07 billion. Share of GDP, 0.54%. Germany was reluctant to help Ukraine at first. The country has traditionally strong ties with Russia. Until February 24th, Germany still believed in a diplomatic solution, but then it broke with tradition, severing some of the ties. Now, it's one of the largest aid donors to Ukraine. 8. Czech Republic, $1.58 billion. Share of GDP, 0.56%. The Czech Republic is a major producer of arms. It has sent lots of them to Ukraine. It also made a deal with Denmark and the Netherlands. They will finance a program to modernize T-72 tanks. The Czechs will upgrade the tanks and send them to Ukraine. 7. Slovakia, $760 million. Share of GDP, 0.65%. Slovakia has sent tons of humanitarian aid to Ukraine, but almost 98% of its aid has been military. Slovakia has sent both domestic and Soviet-era weapons. It continues to provide military support. 6. Poland, $4.72 billion. Share of GDP, 0.69%. Poland shares the longest western border with Ukraine. It's the country with the largest number of Ukrainian refugees. Poland has always been Ukraine's closest western ally. Polish airfields are used as distribution hubs of foreign military aid. Poland itself has provided Ukraine with military aid. It also fears a possible Russian invasion. 5. Denmark, $4.22 billion. Share of GDP, 1.06%. Denmark has just announced another €800 million aid package. It's one of the biggest contributors to Ukrainian defense. This is especially remarkable, given its size. Denmark has a relatively small military, but it also funds military aid from other countries. 4. Latvia, $450 million. Share of GDP, 1.13%. Latvia has been a staunch supporter of Ukraine from day one, but it keeps expanding its aid packages. It was the first country to join the new IT coalition. The Cyber Warfare Alliance was created by Luxembourg and Estonia. It will help Ukraine bolster its cyber defenses. 3. Estonia, $480 million. Share of GDP, 1.28%. Estonian military aid has been substantial. It's more than a third of its annual defense budget. It was one of the first countries to support Ukraine. Like all Baltic states, Estonia has always been wary of Russia. It's a small country that is acutely aware of the threat. 2. Lithuania, $900 million. Share of GDP, 1.36%. Lithuania provides a lot of military support. It still sends regular military aid packages. It should be noted that Lithuania is tiny. Its GDP is just $66 billion, and it has a population of 2.8 million, but it borders both Russia and Belarus. 1. Norway, $8.24 billion. Share of GDP, 1.71%. Norway has provided all types of aid to Ukraine. It has spent billions on humanitarian support. It has propped up Ukrainian energy infrastructure. It has sent plenty of weapons too. Norway shares a border with Russia,